Yeah, I said it the other night where in every game here at this level of baseball is there's opportunities. The door gets opened, and we had a chance to shut the door on them. We didn't catch the pop up, and I can't remember, somewhere around the fifth or sixth when we had the bases juiced and nobody out, and Jake thinks he's Vince Coleman. Yeah, we only scored the one run, but that's how it goes. I mean, it was fun. I mean, that's kind of, well, I don't want to say baseball's supposed to be played that way because I mean, I think it's supposed to be a little bit uh, lower scoring, but it was played hard on both ends. It was fairly clean for the most part, and I'm talking about clean baseball in terms of catching it and throw it and that sort of thing. But you know, got to go home. But for whatever reason, we get a trophy for not winning it, so that'll look good. Uh,
Just your thoughts on the heart of their order, 3, 4, 5, those big bruisers they send up there.
yeah.
They were 8 for 11 today.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. I appreciate that. with 18 homers and 26 RBIs. Oh man, it was scary. I mean, those are some large mammals they have there in the middle of the lineup. Uh, they were tough to pitch. You go in with one plan, and well, they hit something off the wall, and then you try it again, and try a different approach, and they do a very good job of adjusting. They're not just big bruisers. They can hit. Are they sophomores? I hope so. Yeah, but holy cow, that was freaking murderer's row. But you know, Dave, I tell you, Dave and his club, that's first class down there. That was an enjoyable game to coach in, despite the fact that they beat us by a touchdown. You know, they do it right. And I guess back to your question is, thank God I don't have to see those guys again, at least for another year, unless they're sophomores.
How did this World Series compare to the last one?
Well, it was definitely better. We got to the Final Four, and can you use that term in baseball? You shouldn't be able to. I think that should be copyrighted to basketball, but the semifinals, if you will. So it's certainly better. Um, but the thing is, I think what makes this year and that team so special is we should not have been here. All right, not that they're not good enough. Lord knows they are plenty good enough. And they've got that. And we've got our our Chattahoochee Valley culture that does it. But when you lose three 90-mile-an-hour arms, which were your top three starters, and and not that we're throwing garbage out there, but it clearly takes away from your bullpen. But this is a great experience. I was talking to Jim this morning, and the question he asked was, what's your favorite part coming out here? Obviously, we've been out here for 2 years, and I guess he wanted me to say something about a mountain or a mesa, or just playing in the stadium and whatnot. But what my favorite part is the relationships. Okay, relationships with these guys, relationships with y'all, the relationships with the town. You fall in love with this place, and you fall in love with you guys, and it's perspective, man. It's perspective. You meet a lot of good friends, and you don't want to leave this place, not because you got put out of a tournament. You don't want to leave because of y'all, of them, and and that's what it's about, big picture. These guys, a lot of those guys, you're gonna see Ryan and Jake and all those guys move on to, a lot bigger, better places than Chat Valley, and they should. And I'm gonna be back in, redneck Alabama, which is good. That's a good thing, folks back home. We embrace that term. So, and that's okay, because we don't lose touch, once it's gone, and it's just like a lot of you guys, I mean, Phil and Kyle blow my phone up in the middle of September, and vice versa, and that's the way it should be. So I don't even know what the original question was. I apologize.
Other Questions? Coach, what does back-to-back World Series appearances do in terms of your program?
Well, I mean, certainly it's going to help. I got this job when I was 23 years old, and I know we were talking about this, and we were terrible. And so, it's been a long 17-year process of you know, just chipping away. You go out the woods with an axe that's dull, and you gotta, whatever that circumference of an oak tree is, and how do you cut it down? Well, one swing at a time. So chip away, chip away, chip away, chip away, and then we start getting, better players, and I become less dumb as a coach, and it's going to help recruiting. Hey, 2-7, are you a sophomore or a freshman? Because we'll get us. I need a transfer waiver. See, we'll get guys like him. I know. I'm just kidding. I know. So, but yeah, I mean, it's going to help recruiting. I mean, our recruiting base has expanded nationally over the past several years, and we've been mighty close. Probably since around 2008 getting here, and you finally break through, and we figure out. We figured out how to win our conference tournament, and maybe we'll figure out how to win this thing one year. I hope Walters does. I tell y'all, you guys are class acts back there, man. Y'all do it right. Oh, thank you. And so we feel like we'll be pretty good again next year as long as I've done my job recruiting and I just stand over there in the box and clap a little bit and get out of the way. We'll be all right.